Kibji weather overview. And we're looking at our Sunday, Monday storm. This will get going tomorrow night, and it'll bring through about a half inch to an inch of rain. Quick moving storm. And then we're pretty much high and dry for the rest of the week until next Friday night and Saturday when our next chance of rain comes in. So for the balance of the week, mainly dry. The main story, I think, is going to be the below normal temperatures that are going to persist for much of the week. Now, our normal high around this time of year is around 50, but I think most days will be at or below that normal reading, and nights are going to be cold. Now, tonight, there's not a lot of wind out there, but if you're going out tonight, bundle up because it is chilly, and temps are going to be falling through the 30s and probably into the 20s for most spots, and teens as you go well north and west of NYC. Now, the overall week off the GFS looks basically something like this. We've got this storm system that moves through with rain developing tomorrow night, anywhere between 5 and 8 p.m., and we get steady rain for a good 6 to 12 hours before it gets out of here. It's a quick mover, and it actually becomes kind of a strong storm for down east Maine and Atlantic Canada, but by the time it's really reaching its peak intensity, it's long gone. So we're not dealing with any of that, but you can see northern Maine, they could be getting a significant snowstorm out of that. And for our neck of the woods, it's just dry. Now, for Tuesday and Wednesday, you notice how the lines of equal pressure are very tightly packed right on top of each other like that. That means we're going to have a strong northwesterly wind, and it's going to be blustery and chilly around here for the middle portion of the week. And then we have a weak system that moves through that might actually give us some snow flurries on Wednesday during the day. That goes by, and then on Thursday, we warm it up a bit because the winds relax, and it's generally more of a westerly, warmer wind flow. And then our next storm system moves through, and this is by Friday night and a Saturday, and I think the models are having a tough time with how this is all going to play out. It's basically not a question of whether it's rain versus snow. I think it'll be rain. But how long does it linger over the weekend? This is by Saturday afternoon, and it still has a storm system very close by. And this storm is not in an exact hurry to leave here. So for the first full weekend of December, we may have to deal with a lingering storm of some consequence for Saturday into Sunday, where it's just rain and it's a slow mover, unlike the first storm that we're dealing with tomorrow night into Monday, which is a quick mover. And so we'll have to see how this all transpires. The models have to figure out what to do with it. And then behind that, more cold air follows. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm a winter weather enthusiast. I love snow and chaos and cold because, that's makes the weather fun. And it's, tracking is probably the best part of any storm system. And I've noticed already that we don't have the same pattern as we did last winter. Now, last winter, if you recall, the big event around here, if you want to call it that, was the cold air that arrived around Christmas time. But other than that happening, it was a very benign winter around here, very mild. But what I'm seeing overall on the overall pattern is that these troughs, these dips in the jet stream are much more frequent. You have a southwest storm track that's coming out because of El Nino. And El Nino is going to be the fuel to supply a lot of storms along the southern portion of the United States, and they're either going to go out to sea or they're going to come up the eastern seaboard. And when you look at the overall pattern from 18,000 feet, this is by early next week. And while we have a brief interlude, more cold air seems to want to come back in by the time we get to around December 5th and 6th. And, if we can keep this pattern in a general sense, we're going to be dealing with a lot of opportunities anyway to track some wintry weather. So I'm looking forward to at least an above normal snowfall situation around here. When compared to the averages, I think it'll be a lot more active than it was last winter. So when we look at the temperatures for tomorrow, I think we'll deal with, it looks like highs around 50 according to NOAA. And the same thing on Monday, before the colder air arrives, probably later in the day. We get rid of the rain early, and then we go to Tuesday, and much colder. Highs around 40 on Tuesday with a wicked wind blowing. It's probably going to feel like it's in the lower 30s or even upper 20s on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, not much better, with highs generally around 40, north and west of the city. When you go north into Orange County and up the Mid-Hudson Valley, they're not getting out of the 20s in certain spots. But, for mainly it's in the 30s for about 75, 80% of the area. And then for Thursday, we have highs around 40. So well below normal. Actually, it goes up to about 45 near the coast, but still, that's below normal for this time of year. And we are going to be looking for that rain chance to come in for next Friday into Saturday. Who knows how long that'll stick around, but that could be a slower moving storm system than the one we have to deal with for early this coming week. So that's it, and we'll keep an eye on it for the end of the weekend, and we'll watch to see if this wintry pattern evolves like I think it might over the next few weeks. We're already in December, folks.